सैयारा तू तो बदला नहीं है।
Hey everyone, welcome back to ChaatNChat. मेरा नाम जोश है
मेरा नाम मिगेल है
और हम सैयारा देख रहे हैं। ये पार्ट 3 है, तो अगर पार्ट 1 या पार्ट 2 नहीं देखा अब तक, फिर इस वीडियो के नीचे
In the description below, there's a playlist.
हाँ, और देखकर वापस आइए पार्ट 3 के लिए। और मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि ये हमारे एग्जीक्यूटिव प्रोड्यूसर टिटली के रिक्वेस्ट है, तो बहुत शुक्रिया इसके लिए। और अगर अब तक नहीं किया, सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, लाइक बटन पर
थप्पड़ मारो।
मैं अकेला वहाँ जाके क्या करूँगा? तुम्हारे बिना बोर हो जाऊँगा वानी।
लेकिन जाना तो अकेले ही पड़ेगा ना।
Yes, but
No,
yeah.
she's not gonna die. She's just gonna forget.
She's being
सैयारा की तरह
सैयारा
तारों के बीच में एक भटकता सितारा।
comment. So yeah.
खुद तो अकेला है, लेकिन अपनी चमक से सबकी जिंदगी रोशन करता है।
Oh, that's profound.
और वो तुम हो, मेरे सैयारा। मैं सुपरस्टार। एक दिन मैं सब कुछ भूल जाऊंगी कृष, लेकिन जब मैं आसमान में उस चमकते हुए तारे को देखूंगी ना, तो तुम याद जरूर आओगे। Promise me you'll reach there. Promise me.
God. And they're like, I just hate that they were both doing so well in their lives and then this. Come on, give us a smile, just. Make sure someone is with her.
Yeah.
Like your manager or something.
मैंने बुलाया।
His dad.
Thank you.
Hopefully that rehab is working for that kind of money.
पूरी लाइफ इस मोमेंट का वेट किया और जब आया डर लग रहा है। ये लोगों को अच्छा लगेगा या नहीं?
They already like you.
What if they hate me, Vaani?
कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता because I love you.
And you know what? Sometimes that's all that matters. If you can just remember at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what all these randos think. Like,
Yeah.
you have someone that loves you. And I think that's a great thing to keep in mind.
तुम बिल्कुल भी डरना मत। I'll be standing right there, मैं उधर रहूंगी। कोई तुम्हारा नाम ले या फिर ना ले, बिल्कुल फर्क नहीं पड़ता। पता है क्यों? कि मैं वहाँ पर खड़े होके सबसे ज्यादा, सबसे जोर से तुम्हारा नाम चिल्लाऊंगी। I love you, Krish.
She's like the best cheerleader. Wow. Relationship goals. Oh, she like had a premonition of this too. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Turn around, turn around. Oh, don't look at that. Oh, God. Oh, no, 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 no.
This guy is.
What terrible timing. He's like a bomb
And
blast and
she
never
does.
goes away.
She does need to have someone to be with her.
मैं इधर शो का स्पॉन्सर हूँ। My company Soulmates is big time into this indie music scene now. तुम यहाँ क्या कर रही हो?
मैं तुम्हारे लिए आई हूँ।
No, girl, no.
It keeps triggering
Yeah.
for her. Yeah.
Dude, this guy needs to like move to the other side of the world.
I am so proud of you.
Yeah.
Dude,
There's a
don't-
transposing of time and places and people.
I hope he doesn't look over there and see her. Like, that would just ruin his mood.
Yeah. Come on, do it, dude. Hang in there. She's there some.
This guy is a monster.
देखा था मैंने उस दिन जिस दिन तुम कोई struggling musician है ना?
No, he's not struggling. He's killing it. Seeing him on screen, that should kick some memories back, right?
Again, it's probably getting all juggled in her head.
उस दिन जो तुमने कहा, you know, हम दोनों. I was just thinking we should be together. That's what you said, right?
Yeah, turkey salad.
I missed you so much. मैंने बहुत बड़ी गलती कर दी यार तुम्हारी जैसी लड़की को छोड़ के छा
Yeah, probably because his wife broke up with him.
He would be the first one to leave someone like her too. Like if
Yeah.
her memory started going, he'd be like, bye.
हम तो साथ हैं ना
हाँ हम साथ ही तो हैं देखो रिलेशनशिप अपनी जगह और प्यार अपनी जगह तुम समझ रही हो ना
Oh no, she does not understand. He's basically saying, be my side piece.
Mm-hmm.
कभी नहीं छोड़ूंगा तुम्हें but you need to understand that I can't leave Ishika I can't divorce her I need her for my career
I need her for my career. How nasty. Like, so
Yeah,
vile.
that's yeah. Just don't tell him. Yeah.
प्लीज मुझे छोड़ के
Dude, and knowing what she's going through makes this so much more sick.
जाओ प्लीज मुझे छोड़ के
what's wrong with you
प्लीज मुझे छोड़ के प्लीज मुझे छोड़ के मत जाओ
You can't blame her. Do not blame her.
उसे नहीं आना तेरे साथ देख लिया चलो घर चलते हैं get out of her life and get out of this room
Pull your camera out and start taking a video of him saying that his life will be destroyed.
वो नहीं जाना चाहती तेरे साथ get out
Oh, with the knife! Oh yeah, he don't play around, dude. You're a little punk.
somebody help
Okay. A good punt. This is gonna go. Oh no, this is. Oh, you need to. These security are innocent.
छोड़ उसे जा यहाँ से I love him जा यहाँ से निकल जा
I didn't know she was sick man
Oh god, dude, she go. Oh,
And
he didn't really
maybe
flinch.
that might shock her a little bit.
No, she's in it, dude. She's full rage mode. Oh, and yet he still. Oh. And nobody understands too. Like that whole public is just.
Right. The public has no idea what's going on.
Dude, a guy that can still be rational after getting stabbed in the arm? At least his bandmates stand
Yeah.
with him. Wow, they're a solid team.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
impressive.
like that. Yeah, at least they're following through. Is Dad going to do something here?
Well, man, let's be honest. He hasn't been that
Yeah.
helpful his whole life.
मैं बहुत बड़ी गलती कर गया बेटा तुझे छोड़ दिया मैं तेरी माँ को नहीं बुला पाया जहाँ मुझे तेरा हाथ पकड़ना चाहिए था मैंने दारू की बोतल पकड़ ली
See, and the thing is he forgot a son needs his mom too, so it wasn't just him hurting over losing his wife.
Right.
सॉरी यार पर एक बात मानेगा मेरी देख जो गलती मैंने की है ना जिंदगी में वो गलती करने की जरूरत नहीं है अपने प्यार के लिए ना खुद को खत्म मत कर लेना
Wow. Great words. Like
And
a cautionary
he's
tale.
yeah, and he's not even. He's like, did that had just happen?
वो शो आज शो है ना
I mean, fortunate for her, she doesn't remember that because that would be
तू इतना एंजॉय कर रही थी
one way to say it.
so proud of you it was so good बहुत अच्छी धुन है कहाँ से आई इंस्पिरेशन
You.
Love. Despair.
एक मेरा दोस्त जिंदगी ने काफी परेशान कर दिया था उसे फिर वो मिला एक लड़की से मेरे दोस्त को वो मिला जो उसके पास था ही नहीं प्यार जब ये लड़की साथ हो तो पूरी दुनिया जीत सकता है
Just when everything feels good.
कहाँ जा रही है
था वो चाह ही नहीं सकता।
अपने दोस्त के लिए गाना बनाओ। मैं लिख दूंगी कि अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड को बोले this one is for you.
This is getting.
Actually, केवी और अनीत को मिलना था। I have to go.
अभी भी कुछ पल बाकी है मेरे पास। इस पल में आज कल I love you महेश।
Oi! God, daggers. Daggers. Oh. नाम तो भूल गया.
It's like, oh.
And he acted brilliantly there. Anyone
Didn't
else,
flinch, didn't.
you know, because there's no point if you correct her, she'll feel bad, and she might remember your name, Krish, but then
Yeah.
she'll feel really bad, and then it'll be a thing between you and.
मैं क्रू छोड़ रहा हूँ। तुम लोग को टूर करना चाहिए। बहुत मेहनत किया तुम लोगों ने। इसको सॉरी बोल के।
तूने इतनी गलतियां की, हम सबको गालियां दी, तब तो सॉरी नहीं बोला तूने।
Yeah, but honestly, that dude had a beating coming, Mash did.
वानी तेरी जिम्मेदारी नहीं है, उसको सर पे लेके मत घूम, माँ बाप है उसके, छोड़ दे उसे। चल हमारे साथ।
No, dude, if you don't.
There's a balance. Like, there is a way you could probably try to do a balance.
बहुत बड़ा बनना चाहता था मैं, बहुत फेमस होना चाहता था ताकि दुनिया भर का प्यार मिले। लेकिन उसे एक लड़की ने मुझे इतना प्यार दिया है कि मुझे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए।
She filled that void for him.
मैं उसके साथ रहना चाहता हूँ उसी की दुनिया में।
मैं नहीं आ सकता तेरे साथ उस दुनिया में। Sorry.
And it's okay. That's okay for you to say that.
He does have to strike some sort of balance, though, because it's like he's still young. Like, it's not like a death sentence for her, and so it's like if he does get a job that has good money, he can have people be with her around the clock to make sure she's okay.
वानी, वानी,
She's now definitely at that point. She cannot be alone.
Yeah.
She can wander off. She can get confused.
एडल्ट है लड़की तो घर पे कुछ झगड़ा वगड़ा हुआ था क्या? कौन सा क्राइम का रिपोर्ट लिखाने आए आप लोग?
It's a missing
Oh,
persons. Like, he's.
अल्जाइमर्स है सर इसको।
फिर आप लोगों ने ठीक से ध्यान नहीं दिया क्या? ऐसे कैसे चली गई?
True. I mean, someone needs to be with her, especially after that knife scene. And maybe he's feeling super guilty because he caught that ferry and left her alone. Maybe he could sing a song, right? Because she even said the song that you sing for her, she'll come running back, right? In
Maybe.
her own words,
Well,
that's what
yeah,
she said.
that's
She'd
what
come
she
running
said.
back.
I love you.
Ah, dude, oof. That was not going the direction I thought it was gonna go. I thought he was gonna play a song in the storm and she'd hear and she'd come running back.
Did she write a song?
अपने दोस्त के लिए गाना बनाओ।
Huh?
मैं लिख दूंगी।
The song ka naam hai Saiyaara. That's the name of the song there. Dude, so good. Great foreshadowing. It's like, yo, bro, what's up?
मैं अपनी लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा गाना दे रहा हूँ तुझे कीवी। जिस प्रॉमिस में कि हर घर में, हर गली में, हर तरफ ये गाना बजना चाहिए तभी वो पहुंचेगा वानी तक।
यार वो कुछ भी सुनने समझने की कंडीशन में नहीं होगी।
She will. That goes deep.
उसने खुद मुझे कहा कीवी कि ये धुन कोई नहीं भूल सकता। मुझे पता है ये गाना उसके दिल तक पहुंचेगा और फिर वो मुझ तक। I'll find a कीवी।
And you know what's great about that is that the diary is coming from her heart, not her brain, because it's like more emotions than it is like rationale. That is a lot of people. in a way, this is what, when he was in the cricket field and she was like going back and forth with the crowd, this is what she was seeing. He's like, quit teasing me.
Mm-hmm.
That's got to be crazy every time you hear someone like scream your name and you turn hoping it's who you want it to be.
सैयारा तू तो बदला नहीं है.
It's a good song. Hey,
Is that
dude,
her?
is he just going crazy?
Or is he?
Oh man,
yeah.
he's got to get his own CT scan. You know, a lot of these people, the thing too is that when you learn about their background and what inspires their music and stuff, it makes you a bigger fan of their music.
Yeah.
If people heard about this story, I mean, maybe they have, and they're like, "Who is this song for?
Right.
What's the meaning behind this song?"
Yeah, where is she? Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow, is doing the whole national tour. How far would something, because she didn't have money with her and stuff, so I don't know how far she'd be able to get. Unless Mash stole her, keeping her in his like dungeon.
That guy was just dirty.
Can we have this on the big screen, please? Okay. Thank you.
I wonder if people were actually doing reels and stuff too. Like, because I heard people were making lots of reels.
हाँ कर दूंगा कर दूंगा.
She's gonna be in one of these, I think.
Oh, this is straight from Himachal.
That's her.
Pause.
How does his friend recognize her first? Wow, sharp eyes, dude. He owes his friend big now.
Yep.
उस इन्फ्लुएंसर से मेरी बात हो गई है. ये वीडियो मनाली का है.
Oh, Manali.
कृष तू कहाँ जा रहा है?
Dude, when she goes for a walkabout, she goes for a walkabout, man.
तू खत्म.
Dude, I think his fans would totally understand.
Yeah.
Because if they know his story, they would all be for that, and they can reschedule.
Krish Kapoor, हमें लगा आप कभी नहीं आओगे. She only used to talk about you.
What?
कहा कि जब भी आप आओगे, आपको ये देना है.
She even remembers him.
I hope कि ये लेटर तुम्हें कभी ना मिले, क्योंकि तुम अगर ये लेटर पढ़ रहे हो, मतलब तुम मुझे ढूंढते हुए अपना सब कुछ छोड़ छाड़ के यहाँ मेरे पीछे आ चुके हो. मुझे धीरे धीरे रियलाइज हो रहा था कि मेरे अंदर कुछ बदल रहा है.
She got it all on camera.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love you, महेश. बहुत दर्द होता है.
That's why the pages were wet.
मेरा ना होना ये तुम्हारे बड़े होने की वजह बनेगा, ये भी मैं जानती थी.
She has a Krish board.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
आसपास कोई तुम्हारा गाना चला देता है, फिर वो सुन के फिर से वही पल याद आते हैं जो हमने साथ बिताए थे. वो सारे पल अभी भी मेरे अंदर हैं कृष. दिमाग भूल भी जाए.
Habits die hard.
Hi, I'm Vaani. पिछले कुछ दिनों से कुछ अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स भी नहीं कर रही. सिर्फ अपने रूम में रहती है और बस लिखती रहती है.
I mean, she was going somewhere peaceful, right? That's what the doctor prescribed. Look at that place.
Yeah.
एक म्यूजिशियन कोशिश कर रहा है गाने के लिए.
काफी देर से लिखने की कोशिश कर रही हूँ, बस हो नहीं रहा.
I understand. अकेले इस रूम में रहकर अच्छा गाना निकला.
Studio ka jaise. बाहर जाओ, कुछ लिखो.
जो गाने दिल को छूते हैं वो ऐसे ही थोड़ी लिखे जाते हैं. फील होता है उसके शब्द. म्यूजिक हमें टाइम ट्रैवल कराता है. कभी बचपन में ले जाता है, कभी पहले प्यार के पास है, कभी पहली बरसात में. चलोगे मेरे साथ?
Just like how she came into his life, brought some color, he's bringing color back into her life. Mm-hmm. And it always goes back to cricket. We've seen cricket on the beach. We've seen it in the cages, batting cages, and now in the snow. No?
He was hoping that maybe it would.
Master of chasing his dreams, the man, the myth, the legend, King Kohli. Can he take it home? Whoa! And that's a six! वो feeling कैसे होगी? पूरा स्टेडियम, पूरी दुनिया. And that's a six! The whole crowd goes wild!
This is hard to watch now.
Yeah, very, because she's not there anymore. Doesn't react the same way, and
Krish Kapoor. Krish Kapoor. Krish Kapoor. I love you, Krish Kapoor. I love you, Krish Kapoor.
जिस रोज हम तुम फिर से मिलेंगे.
That's good. I was going to say, this is going to be a really sad movie if she doesn't at least say his name once. I'm glad there's a way they fit it together. And that's what makes it all work. There's those moments, you know, even if it's like you spend 99% of the day where she doesn't recognize you, that 1%.
yeah.
Love all these notes. So good. She needed a new book.
Yeah. Did they get married?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
she was henna.
And
there's the wedding photo. See, Mom, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Nope.
Like, the dude had this deep soul to him and this, like, loyalty. Yeah, she's still, like, concerned. She looks so concerned. Mom is like, you know, I just gotta take it. पल तो बाकी है.
अभी भी कुछ पल बाकी है मेरे पास.
That was a very sweet movie. I mean, I could see how people could think that it's like over the top and so maybe, but for me, this was it had a really good lesson. Like, so one of the things that is a big takeaway for, you know, from this movie that I personally connect with is that you're never guaranteed a certain amount of time in your life. So even before she was diagnosed with this, he was coming to that conclusion where he's like, look, there's these moments and you take advantage of the time that you have all the way up until the time you can't. And so if there's an 8:30, you know, cutoff, then it's like, okay, we're gonna make the best of it until 8:30. And that, I think if you can understand that and accept that in your life, I think you're gonna be pretty happy because you're never guaranteed a certain amount of time with anyone, whether you're young or you're older, you know, because sure, if everything goes according to like nature and like the plan and stuff, like the generic plan, we'll all live to be old and have our wonderful love stories and all that sort of stuff, right?
Right.
But it's never guaranteed.
And
you
life
can't
comes up with lots of things that you just like, whoa, didn't expect that to happen. And now suddenly you're changing your priorities and you're really having to adjust. And you know, oftentimes it's like how you adjust to that and how you make the most of it really is the key to your success and your happiness in life, I think, if you think about it, because a lot of people, I think his dad was a great example. He lost sight of, his wife dying, and in that he lost sight of himself.
Yeah.
And
his responsibilities
to others.
Yeah.
And the term we often hear is, how resilient are you to coming out of something? Yes, something terrible happened and it impacted you. And how resilient are you in terms of overcoming that and moving forward?
Yeah.
Definitely lots of great themes
Yeah,
here.
it was also a really good love story because, like, you get this guy that thinks, he's got all this rage and anger and all that sort of stuff, and he has no direction to life, and he's just kind of like aimlessly going through.
Yet
and
he
then,
has some incredible talent, and there's an element of charisma to him. But
the thing is, she keeps calling him her star, but in a way she's because back in the day people use stars for guidance, right? Like you're on a boat or whatever, use stars for guidance. And for him, in the very beginning, he didn't have any direction. He didn't know which way to go. He had all this talent, all these things that he could possibly do, but he had no direction of getting there.
Right.
She put him back on track. So in a way, yes, he was her star, but she was also a huge star to him too.
Right.
Like this guiding star, because she got him back together with the teammates, like the bandmates. She kind of gave him a direction with the dad, because he threw the dad to the traffic. And he's like, yeah, go drink yourself to death or whatever. Yeah. And then so she, it was probably her idea that came up with the whole rehab thing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, look, you'll make it through, you'll do this, you'll do that. And I mean, she was there with him the whole time. Yeah. And so for him then later on, he said it best. He's like, look, she gave me so much, and this is what I can do for her. Yeah. And I love this ending. So I was having some traumatic experience towards the end here, and I was expecting like an Aashiqui 2 ending, like where he just kind of threw himself off the bridge. Yeah. I was so scared that when she went missing, something like that was going to happen. Yeah. Or when he went to the north and then he found that letter, I thought it was like her ending like Aashiqui 2 did, and I was going to be like, oh, that is so messed up. I've been burned once and I'm not ready to go back down that road. And so I really like the way they ended this, because it was still hopeful.
Yeah.
And I think because people do get diagnosed with this, and some people, maybe not as young as her, but even people like 60s is still a very young age nowadays to be diagnosed. Yeah. And so it's like what I was saying, and what they were saying is that these 99% of the time, if you don't remember me, the 1% of the time that you do, that's going to be the most meaningful, and those are the moments we're going to take advantage of. And this love, it crosses all the boundaries, where that 1% is more than 100% with someone else.
Right.
Right. And so I think, I don't know, I love it. I really did. I liked it. I liked it a lot. The music was amazing.
Music was amazing. Music was very amazing. I think the acting was very good. At first I thought her acting was a little bit meh, but then as we got more of the story, I'm like, that was very good acting on her part.
She had to be turned off.
Yeah, she had to have this kind of turned off. Occasionally, I was like going, she almost develops like this stunned rabbit look, in the headlights. And
wait, I don't know, stunned rabbit in the headlights, but like a deer.
Just any animal that gets
like a rabbit,
gets in the headlights.
Yeah.
And she got that many a time. And then when it really became apparent, when, she had these stress moments and or someone from her past, it just overwhelmed her, and you began to understand why she was having them prior. It's because her brain was just going in malfunctioning, and it just wasn't working for her. And you even saw it in the interview when she interviewed with them, and she kind of had that moment and just kind of like didn't say anything and just kind of gave them this, and then kind of came in with some excuse of, I just want to write. And
you're right. You're right.
So,
that was even so earlier on.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah. So the acting was very, very good on her part, and even a lot of the other characters, I thought also played. Mom, You hit it right on the head, man. She was claws out, ready to defend. And
she's mama bear.
Yeah.
Like, you don't mess with her kids. Like, definitely
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Like,
So I gotta say that this hit very close to home for me, since my dad has Alzheimer's, and
he's progressing,
and he is progressing, and as you know, and have experienced. So there were scenes for me that I was like going, oh. These are rough, and it's rough even though I have been through them. Even seeing others go through it, I'm like, oh, been there, and know how upsetting that can be, and particularly when it's like there's nothing you can do, and you feel utterly helpless. You feel guilty. You feel just personally wrecked on the inside. When things happen and you're just like, this is not the way I want it to be. I don't want their life to be. I don't want my life to be. So there were many elements to this that were getting rough for me to watch. And but again, I think your point of looking for that relationship, even if it's just the 1%, is great. And definitely she was doing it right in terms of, she was remembering older stuff very easily, and the newer stuff was getting harder and harder.
And that's usually how it works.
And that's usually how it works. And my dad can remember lots of stuff from the past.
Dude, I was having a conversation with him, and he was telling me about like the first car he bought and that sort of stuff. And I'm just like, dude. And then like, what'd you have for breakfast? And he's like, did
I have breakfast?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's hard. So long term is there.
Yeah.
One thing that I really liked about this movie too is that it didn't have so many of those like relationship drama movie tropes sort of thing, because they were learning. Like, what I really liked, their character arcs were a progressive, like it was almost like very like going up and up and up. There weren't like these like weird slope things, because like she got burned by her first relationship, and then in the second one, imagine how much growth she had to do in understanding herself and understanding relationships, to talk about when he tried to marry her right then and there. Is she's like, look, whoa, dude, slow down. Let me tell you, that's not necessary. Let's talk about it and this sort of stuff. And then even for him, like he was like growing, and then so there were these times that I was just like, oh, he's gonna like react this way because that's how it would work in like one of these like traditional like traumatic romance movies, right? But it didn't. And then I was surprised so many times that I was just, I don't know. And it shows you, because I've watched so many romance movies like that before. And so that's why I'm like expecting these certain plot points. But then they didn't. And then they were like clear, because I'm like, oh, they're going to feel like they're forcing a marriage. It was great. It was refreshing. And what I like about this is it shows you don't have to follow that same formula. Right. And you can actually have a character growing and learning things, and then being understanding of feelings and all that sort of stuff, and still create a dynamic movie that has a good storyline that's engaging and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
So
Right.
I really did appreciate that.
Yeah.
One thing that maybe I could criticize a little bit is when it shows when she's in those fugue states, we could call it. She almost like seemed like she didn't have any emotions at all. Like she was like dead flat, like deadpan, right?
Yeah.
But what I've seen of the people I've ever met with Alzheimer's and all that sort of stuff is it's like they still have emotions and stuff. They just don't remember what's going on currently, but they'll still like, if they see something, they can still enjoy music. They can still enjoy, watching something like that they recognize or something like that. And it's like, but it's just the memory thing. It's not like it's affecting the emotions. But what it could be with her is that she maybe is in that confusion state, because in the confusion state, they could shut down. But it was like almost always depicting her like as this like very emotional.
And that's true with most people, whether they have Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia. Everybody has the brain is a marvelous machine. That's true. And everyone's machine may break down in a slightly different way. So, some people, one of the elements that they did bring, that they did kind of demonstrate, is that oftentimes people that have any kind of cognitive disability going on, suddenly weird things will happen where like she was still writing and she was still being very creative with that, but other parts of her may have diminished in lots of other ways. A lot of times people that have dementia, Alzheimer's in particular, they will get very artistic. Suddenly they'll like be painting like you've never seen them paint before, and crazy stuff like that. So it was really interesting to see how her journey was unique in her own. tone, in the way that she reacted and so forth. So I liked that a lot.
You bring up a really good thing about the writing, though, because it's almost like for her, that was like almost muscle memory, where it's just opening, because like for her, she, again, writes from the heart.
Yeah.
And then so it's like opening these things, and without, because our brain sometimes, you know, when we're little, there's always this saying, like, kids say the darndest things, right? Because at that age, you don't really learn your filter yet. Because, no, it's true, though. It's like, as you get older, when you want to say something, you think about it before saying it, to like, how does this sound? What is that going to come across?
Right.
So your brain is playing a huge active part when you're talking about writing. But when she's writing in her diary, she doesn't have that same like block and like filter. So she's able to like almost turn off her brain and just write. And that to me is how she can continue writing. And then you'll see how some people enjoy the things they enjoyed before, even though they're other, you know, so it's like almost like a muscle memory, but not really, because you're not really using the brain and it's just going.
Well, and it also might bring back memories for them. You know, a lot of times they had learned an instrument when they were little, and then they stopped, and then later on, suddenly they're back to playing that instrument. Or drawing and coloring.
Coloring out of the lines.
Coloring out of the lines.
And that's when you get artistic. Don't follow those lines. Don't put me in that box. So
it was really great. I really, really liked that aspect of it.
So what are you going to rate it?
I gotta say, this hit a 10.
A 10?
A 10, yeah.
Okay.
This hit a 10 for me, yeah.
I mean, you did use those tissues.
Yeah, I used a lot. Maybe I should have a tissue counter too.
Dude, there should totally be a tissue counter.
Yeah, I thought it was very well done. I really liked the overall story. It intertwined a lot of great themes, and I liked the good portrayal of someone very young having to deal with some form of Alzheimer's dementia, and that was very, very interesting. And hopefully that raises some awareness for others.
Yeah, it raises awareness, but also, I mean, yes, it does have awareness for dementia and Alzheimer's for sure, but also it's like, you don't necessarily have to be going through the same things to apply like lessons and stuff like that in your own life.
Yeah, definitely.
Because for me, watching this movie, it makes me want to go out and do some of the things that I keep putting off, right? Because it's true. It's like, because you don't know how much time you have left. I mean, because she didn't know, and then all of a sudden this happens, and it doesn't have to be Alzheimer's, dementia. It could be anything, any diagnosis, anything like that. And so you live, you know, instead of, because I'm a big culprit of this. I live for tomorrow and not today. Like, it's always about tomorrow, what's next. And so I think, you know, like in these sort of lessons, it can like really inspire us to try to, you know, even though like my nature is to live for tomorrow, but it doesn't mean that occasionally I can remind myself
can be
to
more
spontaneous, and live for today a little bit.
Yeah.
So for me, that's my takeaway. So I'm going to give it a 9. Because there were a couple parts that I thought like maybe were a little flat, and you know, maybe it was meant to be that way, because then I felt, you know, when it went big, I really felt it. But I guess if there was one thing that I really wanted more of, and the story definitely didn't need it, but it's just me, the gratification that I really wanted is to see Mahesh, his life completely destroyed. I want to see his life burn down. Like, I want to see his like fiance, I guess she's the wife now. I want to see that explode. I want to see him lose all of his sponsorships. I want to see, so that's just, you know, like the like gratification that I wanted out of this. But the story wasn't about that, and maybe they thought about that, and they're like, you know what, if we spend too much time on Mahesh, because it's not Mahesh's story, it's her story and his story. And his story about their journey. You know, so between the two of them, it's their journey. So I think focusing too much on that, like other story, would give him too much screen time, too much like power in her life, let's say. So I'm not holding it against it, but like to me, I just wanted like, I don't know, maybe it's after credits, like a very end, like after credits, just like my life, you know, because you know, people that have like that sort of personality in life just need to be crushed. But I'm very curious, what did you all think about it?
Yes.
Like, what side were you on? Because like when I was reading comments about people recommending this and all that sort of stuff, some people are like, oh dude, no, don't watch that. And some people completely boycotted from watching it because of the reels. Now, I haven't seen any of the reels on this, so I don't know what they're talking about, but apparently there's so many reels that people boycotted to see it, that they're like, I'm not going to see this because, you know, like
maybe
there's so much hype. I don't know.
Maybe it was Mukesh that they saw the reels on. Maybe. You know?
Yeah, it's like their party. They don't want to say. I don't know, but I'm curious to hear in the comments, and maybe guys explain that. Like, what's up with the reels and stuff? Because I definitely heard some controversy with that. Also, a huge thank you to our executive producer, Titli, for this request. Really appreciate you. And if you haven't yet, please, if you like these videos and you want to see more videos like these, please consider subscribing, sharing, a like button पर थप्पड़ मारो.